the feeding
6 or
center.
less.
Uh, record till our fifth person gets here. All right, we only have one case. Applying for a group daycare, which is 7 to 12 children. All right, unless I've missed it, I see that she's good going till 7 p.m., but in Article 4, I don't see where it has a starting time.
Yeah.
So it can be any time in the morning till 7 p.m.?
It's 6, I guess, yeah. I mean, it doesn't say when you can start, it just says up until that time. Most of the time, that's like, they'll drop them off early in the morning whenever they go to work.
Right.
Okay,
But it's not codified in the book.
Well, the group daycare is actually,
24 hours a day.
it is 2 to 7 under the ordinance.
2 to 7.
If you look at section 2593, or.
Well, that's just for R2.
That's
And
R2.
R1,
Yeah, R1, is this, I think it's actually R1.
Yeah, R1, R2, R3, PRDs can
Right.
only have the group daycare, which means from 7 to 12 kids, from 2 to
That's-
7, but you can have 6 starting in the
Right.
morning all the way to 7.
If she were to amend the form to say daycare for a certain time frame, Herman had said in the past, what's happened is, the way this is filled out, you can't have it that way.
right, she can't have
Right.
7 to 12 kids
But I
from
think he
6
said
a.m. to 6
The
p.m.
thought process behind it was for the daycare, those who are in school, to make it a larger number, wouldn't arrive until that later time frame. So they would agree that it would be 6 or under. It could
This
be
is what we had
daycare
last
during
time.
the earlier times of
Yeah,
day.
that's
And
exactly
then
what
if
it
the
was.
kids, if there are kids who come after school lets out, then it could increase 7 to 12, and it would stay within the parameters of the ordinance.
Yeah, this is what happened on the last one. They weren't
I think
happy
that's
with
what
that.
He said happened, yeah, before that was.
She
was-
wanted 12 babies all day. So she can do a group daycare. Actually, she needs to do a daycare and group daycare
Well, no, it can still be a group daycare. You just can't, limitation would be you can only have 6,
until
up until 2.
2 p.m. Okay. So that'll be if she wants to do that or not. I mean, that's so there's nothing that lets her have 7 to 12 kids 24 hours a day.
Well, not in a R2.
Yeah, because of her zone.
Not in the R2.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have 6 kids all 24 hours a day.
Right. She can't have 7 to 12.
Right.
And she may be fine with this. Parking, she's got. Y'all have any questions, any discussion topics?
So. Not. So if they're allowed to do this, what exactly are they requesting from us?
This is a appeal of the use, so it's permitted on appeal, so that's what they're asking for, is the permission to operate the home daycare. And then the caveat is the hours.
And then they also have to comply with the other parts under the daycare provisions, requirements that are in 2594.
Right.
No ID signs, they have to have the ability to have cars. Let's see where it is. If it's located on a major arterial
fence. Got off-premise drop-off, or off-street drop-off.
Number 9.
It doesn't state it, but this is the, well, you can have, a group daycare, which is 7 to 12 kids, is only from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So before the hours of 2 o'clock, it has to be 6 kids.
Yes, so 24-hour, 7 to 12 doesn't.
Well,
As far as a daycare, or an all-day.
a group
12
nighttime home
You
does,
get a group night game. That's the,
6 for care during the day, not after 7 PM. Nighttime, they can do a nighttime, 24 hours a day. But still only 6 kids.
Or a group nighttime home.
But yeah, that's still 7 to 12.
Yep.
Can do a nighttime home.
So the
For 6 kids.
So if the hang-up is on the numbers. It says, I've already got 10 clients. And then
They'd have to apply for a group nighttime home.
group daycare. And they needed like 12 hours or something.
Well, no, nighttime is only 6. They would need a group.
So what's the,
Care facility, which is 7 to 12, care 24 hours a day. So what is to keep somebody from just applying for a group nighttime home? Which is 7 to 12 children, 24 hours a day.
What's to keep
Then
them
you
from doing
can't
it?
have, I mean, you can if you have no more than 6 children.
Well, no, this says, receive
No.
7 to 12 for
Talking about the
care
group
24
nighttime
hours.
home. So,
A
Yes.
group
Group
nighttime home
nighttime?
is not
Oh,
allowed
group
in
nighttime,
any
okay, so
RSO.
just nighttime.
Okay,
So group nighttime homes are only allowed in IT district.
okay. So that's the answer to why they would,
2593 talks in section B, it just says R1, R2, R3, and PRD.
right.
In those zones, the only ones allowed are daycare homes and nighttime homes, which are limited to 6 or less. And then group daycare homes.
From 2 to 7.
From 2 to 7.
Okay.
No, I told you I had to go to the.
Trying to have an answer for all the questions she might,
so we're not being asked for any sort
no,
of, this just has to be approved.
yes,
So this is standard process for a daycare.
yes. It's a use permitted on appeal. We've got to make sure she knows she can't have 7 to 12 kids though before 2 o'clock. No,
If you wanted that, you would
she can't do that in
have
her
to.
zone.
This address, it would
Well, she couldn't do that, period, because she's in a residential.
be, yeah, I mean, you just have to go do it somewhere else.
Yeah, she had to move or buy a building.
Buy buildings.
So yeah, basically all she can do with us is ask for a daytime, a group daytime, which is a use permitted on appeal in her zone. And then we have to make sure she understands it is less than 7
We
kids.
would just approve this, well, not as is, approve this,
So she understands, yes.
and it would just go to them.
Yeah, this is standard. The reason this one's come to us and not to the city is because it's a use permitted on appeal. The others are just home occupancy requests, but this is a appeal of
it's 4.
what's allowed. Huh?
It's 4. It's 4.
It's 4? Oh. It is 4 o'clock. That was a quick, can I still read all my spiels since we have one person?
Copy. All right.
Are you Miss Smith? Okay, well, I'm gonna read my spiel even though you're the only one that has to hear it today. Alright,
Yes, sorry, we do our little pre-discussion, so we don't have to. Yeah.
alright, it is 4:00. The Board of Zoning and Adjustments of the City of Decatur is now in session. You are before the Board of Zoning and Adjustments today seeking special consideration to an ordinance based on special conditions, or the literal enforcement of an ordinance will result in unnecessary hardship for you, or there's been an error in the enforcement of the ordinance. It will require 4 favorable votes from the board to approve any request today. Please come forward when your name is called, state your name and address and what you'd like this board to do. Please call the roll.
Lane Dean,
Here.
Stephen Thomas.
Here.
Brad Townsend.
Here.
Larry Ray.
Yes. Here.
Are there any corrections to the minutes of the last meeting?
Not the February meeting, not the February meeting.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Up motion for the approval of the February, 2022 minutes.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Please call the first case.
Application Phil Cade Smith for termination of his use from rental PIP section 2595 of zoning ordinance to operate a group daycare facility operated from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. located at 1702 Diane Street, Southwest. Property is located in an R2 single family zoning district. Smith.
They didn't tell me I had to talk, but y'all doing okay, Jay?
Tell us your name and address and what it is you would like from us.
Katie Smith, 1702 Diane Street, Southwest Decatur, Alabama. I want to start a daycare, and I know it's a problem with the time, but in-home daycare, and I really want to start like with 6 to know if this is something I want to do. And on the second shift, that's the reason I didn't put a second shift hour. So do I have to do a second shift, or do I need to just
You mean night shift?
a night shift? Yeah.
A group daycare is up until the hours of 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So if she wanted to do a night shift, that would then become a,
She would have to do a nighttime,
It depends on
nighttime
how
home
many she
care.
has, what it's gonna qualify under.
Yeah.
Nighttime home care.
Yeah, you could do 6 under a nighttime home care,
Mm-hmm.
But-
But you can't have a group nighttime care
right?
in this residential setting.
Right.
That's not even a permissible use on appeal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to start out doing 6,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yes.
can do that from the morning till 7 o'clock.
Yes.
And then from, on the way that you've got the group, you can do 7 to 12 from 2 till 7.
7
You
to
can't
12
have more
kids.
than 12 kids.
Oh, I don't.
You can't have more than 7 kids before 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So
And after 2,
then after 2, you can have 7 to 12,
7. Okay.
up till 7 p.m. and then everybody's got to go home.
Okay.
And then, but if you want to come back later on after you say, okay, well, this seems like something I want to do, you can come back and make an appeal for the group home. That'll let you do 6 kids, 24 hours a day, but that's all you can have, 6. That's
Okay.
it.
I don't want to do the 6 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it'll allow you to do past 7.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if
if
they
you wanted to
did
do a
10
second
o'clock,
shift.
Yeah, if you
okay.
wanted to
You
do a
could.
second shift, that'll allow you to do longer,
Okay.
longer, in the, longer in the
You
evening,
said group.
Right.
past
It's
7
just a
o'clock.
nighttime.
Okay.
So you mean it could be, you could have 6 kids on, for lack of a better term, first shift.
Yeah.
Swap those out with 6
Yeah,
more.
yeah, as
long
long as
there's
you don't
not
have more than
6
6.
As long as you don't have more than 6 on,
Yeah.
that kind of combine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And mind you, DHR's keeping up with all this too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure they are.
Yeah.
They are. Trust me,
I
they
don't want
are.
anything to do with it.
Yeah.
All right, questions from the board?
How high is your fence, Mrs. Smith?
I think they're 6 feet.
Okay, you have a locking gate?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Other
You're welcome.
questions?
So you are gonna try and start with 6 children?
Yes.
Okay.
And just to make sure it's clear, you can't have more than 6.
Okay.
Until 2 o'clock. You could have some after-schoolers from 2 till 7
Mm-hmm.
p.m. You could add another 6 children in the 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock time frame.
Okay.
But from whenever in the morning till 2 o'clock, you can't have any more than 6.
Okay.
it's kind of written for that after
Yeah.
school, you know, you can have a few more in the after school time period because they're gonna be older,
Right.
you know, older children. And you understand that, and
Yes.
you're good with that. And if you decide you wanna do a second shift, you'll come back and request a nighttime
I will.
home, which will
Okay.
give you the second shift. You do know you have to go through DHR. We're not involved in any of
This is the beginning
that
step.
approval of,
Yeah,
of what you're wanting to do.
yes.
All right, other questions from the board?
Yes. My question is, with the discussion that we've kind of been doing and with what I think I'm interpreting, is your desire a daycare? Because you mentioned 6 children and you want to start at 6 a.m. Or is your request for the group daycare? The reason I asked that question is because your paperwork says the group daycare, and the group daycare is what they were sharing, is what is being shared, is that does not start till 2 p.m.
Okay.
to 7 p.m. And
Right.
so with what I think I hear you saying, your desire is to have a daycare to start at 6 a.m.
Yes.
Which would mean that you just need to make a check on the paperwork and to get that part. That's the only
Clear.
thing that I see from what I have been interpreting.
Yes,
And
that's-
so
that's
your
correct.
numbers seem to be within the guidelines as far as 6 people and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's what I understand. Did you understand
Yes.
that way, Ms. Sims?
If she wants to go with 6, she needs to just change the form so that it reflects accurately what she's applying for.
Yeah,
Right.
that was,
Yes.
Yeah,
what-
exactly what he's saying, yeah.
Clarify.
Yeah.
Right, but
Okay,
would
thank
you
you.
ever want to do the 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock PM more children?
Right. Go back and do the group.
Well,
I believe we can approve the group.
That's what we said, Bob. We
You
could
can
do
approve
it.
less, but you can't approve more.
right.
So,
Like,
are you ever, before we change it to a group daycare and lock it into 6, do you ever, and I think your answer is going to be yes, are you ever thinking you would maybe have some after-school kids until 7 PM?
Right now, no. I don't, unless it become a demand, so I have to make a decision today, right?
Well,
Well, if you.
I would say ask for the 7 to 12 till 7 PM.
Well, let me
because
ask
then
for
you-
just in case.
Then you still can only have 6 kids till 2
Right,
PM.
until 2
A
p.m.
group daycare covers daycare, is what I'm
Yes.
understanding you
Mhm.
say.
Yeah, 'cause it's.
So, a
It
group
does-
daycare
doesn't
allows
matter
you to
from
have
having
6 children till 2
Up to
PM,
6 in the
but
daycare.
also allows you to have 7 to 12
Right,
children until 7 PM.
okay.
So if somebody said, can you take this child's bigger sibling at 3 o'clock when they get off the bus?
Yes,
I don't wanna guide you in what to do, but
I
I wanna make
understand,
sure
yeah.
I don't want you to lock yourself into 6 and then a month from now have an opportunity to do an after-school.
Right.
And then you have to come
Come
back through
back,
this whole
okay.
process again.
Well, just
So,
let me do that and,
I think you wanna keep
Yeah.
it like you had it
Yeah.
requested,
okay.
unless,
interpreting that
Yeah.
correctly.
She needs to have the additional box above. She needs to have daycare and group daycare with the hours, because there is a distinction between the two based on the number of children and the hours.
Okay,
Like, she needs to have them both then, if she thinks.
Okay,
she's
I
going
just
to
marked the
use
one.
that.
Yeah, I got it.
okay.
I
You
see.
can just
Here you go.
come right here and mark that top box.
So because of the way it's written,
Just check that.
you can't choose group daycare and have 5
Sure
kids.
thing.
Because I just had it with the after
If she
kids.
chooses group daycare, I mean, that would be incorrectly checked. I guess it would be daycare if it's 5 kids, but she's applying for y'all to approve that. And if you look back on the records, it would look as if you had approved 7 to 12 children. She may have days where there are less kids and she had done that,
Well,
but
there,
she'd be still bound by what you approved. It's just that if she checks daycare, that's showing that she's gonna have extended hours to have her home open as a daycare. If she just has group daycare, she can't have it open in the morning.
Right,
correct,
So she needs to have that first one checked to give her
Really?
that flexibility.
right.
She
Thank
can have
you.
less, but
Yes.
she can't have more without getting into trouble if
I-
they're not both
I
checked.
thought group daycare was from
Right.
whenever in the morning
I,
until
well, see, I
7
did too, I thought that's what group daycare
I
was.
was looking for that start time. I didn't see it.
The start time's irrelevant as far as
after midnight.
if it's
After
less,
that,
if it's 6 or, yeah, if it's 6 or less,
They
it
turn
doesn't
into
matter
gremlins
the
otherwise.
time. It's the way the ordinance is written is a little,
Backwards.
so it,
Sure. You guys are good, I'm good.
Thank you.
I just don't want her to
Thank
get
you.
crossed up.
Right,
Right,
Yeah.
I think
right,
this,
she's always welcome to check that box, and if she has less children,
It'd be still
You
okay.
know, we're not requiring you to do the group daycare of 7 to
Yeah.
12 if you check the box right now. It's just to prevent, you were doing it, telling her to do that just for ease of her use, not having to come back and go through this process again. Gives you
Okay.
that flexibility.
Right.
Thank you, yeah.
That way you've got your 6 you wanna start with, and like I
Yeah.
said, if the opportunity
decide.
comes up to add an after-school child, you're covered
Okay,
with
okay.
that. All right.
Thank you.
Other questions from the board?
And this allows her to start at 6 a.m. to, with the children for the drop-off and things like that. My question, the other question would be, the chair raised the question of a sibling coming forward, you know, after school and things like that. I take it then, but my question would be, you're not planning to start are you planning to be the one to go and pick up the children from school and things like that? Or is it that they will get to you? That's the part I don't know whether we even talk about that. That may be
Well, they
somebody
got-
else's baby.
For someone that has been involved with the home daycare thing, my mother-in-law ran one for 36 years, so
Okay.
they bring them to you.
Oh, okay.
You don't go get them.
Okay.
Because you've gotta have somebody there.
Because you gotta be at
with
home with the
kids.
other kids, right? That's what I
Unless
was
you-
thinking.
It'd be a bus
The
route
only other
thing.
way that happens is because you're allowed to have an employee.
Right, mhm,
You know, other than somebody, because DHR requires it.
Right.
Requires you to have a backup.
yeah,
Probably a couple of backups.
yes,
So typically, the home daycare, the folks drop them off either the bus or they come in or however that happens. That's what usually happens.
That's the best.
Because you gotta be there.
Yes.
You're in charge.
yes,
And you
yeah,
can't leave and leave kids,
no,
so.
right, okay.
Understood. I was just asking to make sure about how people got there when it was after school.
I
Thank
know.
you so much. It sounds like you got a good plan going.
Thank you.
Any comments from the public? Comments from the building department?
No comment.
Comments from the planning department?
Recommend approval.
Public testimony is now closed. There being no further comments, this appeal is presented to the board for its ruling. Is there a motion?
Motion
Matt.
approved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Bonnie Dean,
Yes,
Stephen Thomas,
Yes.
Brad Townsend,
Yes.
Larry Wade.
Yes.
you have been approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One case without money.
Yeah, but still less than 10 minutes. Is there any other new business that needs to be discussed? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.